Dear world, dear YouTube. Today, my friend and I want to debate the following question. What would the perfect, with a big asterisk, world order be if you had unlimited, also with an asterisk, resources? As a little background, we're both writers, and as part of my current book, our hero has gotten to a certain predicament where he has to direct the world order as it is brought about by an artificial super intelligence. So we are presuming that the ASI will allow us to have unlimited resources, also be able to design new materials and, understand basically the nature of reality, and has solved all human need and most desire, I would say. And in doing so, we are faced with the question of what should we make the world look like if we could decide everything? What would be even the best way to go about deciding that? So this is our hero's attempt to make basically a world manifesto. And I brought my friend here. Say hello, friend.
Hello.
Hello. We are
Hello, friend.
Hello, friend. We are some guys in some random country, some random guys in some random country. And we are discussing this openly with you, hoping that you will provide some feedback. So without further ado, do you think I missed anything? Should we get into it? Do you want to add anything?
No, no, let's get to it.
Okay. So ignore, as I said before, the writing. Like, let's focus on the ideas and see what issues we have with it. So the people of a new age, having shed the chains of scarcity in the sense that we no longer have issues with providing for basic necessities, declare that the purpose of like humanity of our species is not to greed it out and get a lot of shit, but to improve your thinking and search for your own true purpose. So what I'm thinking here is that everybody would somehow be allowed by a system that supports them to search for their own true purpose, whatever that is. How does this sound so far? Do you agree?
Yeah, it's really beautiful when you put it like that.
I mean, I know that is the
It's
plan
beautiful on paper, right?
on paper, yeah, and hopefully we're gonna make it a reality one day. So after toiling for millennia, we've been working hard. We're in a position to pursue things that really matter. The enjoyment of the fact that, look, we made it for 10,000 years. We've been like struggling even more if you consider evolution and, but like us specifically, Homo sapiens have been, struggling for a while, and now we made it in a good position. So we propose a system by the people, for the people, a very granular decision making, in which we bring about capitalism and socialism, social principles, and people at a local scale and then progressively larger throughout the world can, through democratic voting, direct the evolution of like their neighborhood, whether a new park gets built, of their district, whether they make a new sports arena, of their city, whether, I don't know, they change the plumbing or whatever, of their country and so on until a global level. Do you agree with this?
Sure, but I think we should focus a little bit on the idea of what the country would look like or be like after. Can we talk about the AGI? Are we supposed to talk about that?
Yeah, we can, of course. All the setup of the world should be discussed. There's not really any
Okay,
countries.
so
It's one like the whole world is the same thing in one
yeah,
system.
that's basically what I wanted to press on the idea that any borders would just disintegrate at the press of a button when you introduce like an entity like powerful enough to just evaporate
Yeah,
any differences between everyone on Earth.
of course. But I mean, I do make a point with that. Like you should allow people to go and walk around wherever they want, if it doesn't disturb others, like within reason, of course. So
Yeah,
yeah.
sure, but just the idea of political borders would just cease to be.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I mean, that is obviously the future we're shooting for. Like my thoughts on this is we just go
Like this is what we're doing right now, anyways.
slowly.
Like pretty much, but slowly and step by step.
And
Like if you want to talk, I don't know, Europe at the federal level, like the idea of Europe at the federal level, like copying the American way, something like that. You just wanna, uh, what do I call this? Like condense, not condense. Um,
spread out like control.
Not spread out. Yeah, just eliminate basically like the even national identity, I guess, at some point.
But
Like
then
would be so diluted.
I agree, but I mean, like my idea is that you preserve culture. So like French people that love living in an area with certain types of like fruits and vegetables and cheese and wine and stuff like that, they can all live around that area. And people that prefer other like cultures and subcultures of the world, like of the human condition, they can also do that with the free movement. Like say, you really like Indian culture, you can move to India if like an Indian person really likes European culture. But also like the living standard would be normalized, so somebody living in India lives in the same quality of life as somebody living in Europe, in France. That and you
I
can
do think that there's not gonna be any friction between like the people moving,
Yeah, there would
like the
be.
kind of friction you get now, like the cultures clashing.
There would be, but like over generations with the right like
Over generations, the cultures are just gonna assimilate each other and they're just
true.
gonna disappear, I think.
No, there's gonna be new cultures based on like geography and
Yeah,
preferences.
but these traditional cultures that we have right now,
Yeah, that's true, that's true. But people are still gonna like I think preserve the French language because it sounds beautiful in a certain way and it can express something that is uniquely French, I guess.
probably.
Okay. And with this is like what we're shooting for. You would have a social platform where you're cataloging like all knowledge or all scientific research, all patents and all stuff like that. You're letting people communicate with each other and you're like letting people communicate with governments, whether they're like in your neighborhood or your city or your country and so on. And you're also like allowing free movement or resettling, mostly based on cues, I guess. And you're also like changing. We'll get into this later, but where you're also allowing people to get like let's say skip the queue based on certain inputs. You will hate this, so I know you will have many things to say on that. Uh, this is basically a way to abstract the nodal architecture of human life. Like what I mean here is that you're integrating the opinions of people at many different levels and you're allowing people to like have their say proportionate to how big the population in which having their say on a certain subject impacts. Like if that subject impacts a huge amount of the population, all of that people that are impacted by that should have a say in how to address that subject. And this is
Kind of
like,
like a parliament.
yeah, exactly, but like if you get people to have the right education and make the right choices, I think this would be even better because you would have like a bigger communal brain. Like a parliament is a small communal brain of like supposedly educated, wise people.
Representatives.
Yeah, yeah, through representatives firstly. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
They are a node for all the people that they represent in a certain neighborhood, and they bring that information to the parliament. And basically, you'd create new subcultures, as I said before. I repoint out the fact that AI evolution gave us basically bountiful resources. And the main question I think that remains in this system is like what we will really want to do. And it's also one of the main issues that are like often pointed out in the literature on this subject. Like if the AI does everything perfectly for you, that makes better music than you, it cooks better than you, it obviously cleans and does all the shit you don't even want to do. Like what is really going to be the purpose of human life, you know? You got to find out new things. Silence, dread.
sure.
Uh, so basically, the rights that we propose in this system are as follows. You deserve unconditional safety, like nobody should harm you, access to food, healthy food, like shelter, technology, everybody should have a phone and a laptop and stuff like that, quality medical care, like obviously, and freedom to travel, whether it's for tourism or to resettle somewhere. All of this, as I've told you many times before, my friend, free of cost from the government, which is basically the artificial superintelligence maintaining the like optimal extraction of materials from the earth and like processing it into useful goods and services. And also you're doing like constant checks to make sure that some people aren't falling behind. So like if in one area you're getting a lot of resources to build a lot of like really nice houses, you're making sure that the nicest houses in the world aren't like 5,000% nicer than the shittiest houses. You want to make sure that they're like for sure they can be nicer houses based on certain factors, but it is within a
What are the
reasonable.
factors?
Essentially, and I think
What are the factors?
you wouldn't like this, is like how much benefit you bring to society. Do you want to talk now, or should we get to that point? Because it's like the next point coming up.
No, just walk me through it.
Okay, okay. So if we have this system where sure some houses are better than others, you're integrating something called Rawlsian fairness with abundance. So inequalities are acceptable only if they improve the position of the least advantaged. In other words, if like people do, for example, in today's world, if you're pursuing capitalistic gains and you're making a lot of profit, you should be taxed accordingly, and that amount should be redistributed to the least advantaged people. Because obviously, like all the basic arguments of today's hold in the sense that the least advantaged people have like access to worse education, worse healthcare, like worse prospects in life. So it is statistically much harder for them on average to reach like the meaningful gains that somebody at the top might be making. With the classic example of like getting $1 million from your dad to start your business. Obviously, those guys are going to continue to make a lot of money if they get $1 million from their dad, you know? Which a
Yep.
million dollars ain't even a lot today's. Okay. So you have to balance like making people want to give like have an enough incentive to give something to society. Like you tell somebody if you go do a lot of research in physics and you discover some cool new shit, you can get a bigger house than everybody else because you know like look, you helped advance human knowledge. Or if you discover the cure for some disease or whatever, it's even questionable firstly whether the ASI will do all of this. So maybe we don't even have to do any of this, but we will find new tasks, hopefully, something to do. Otherwise, we're fucked. Like, what's the purpose of humans anymore? You know? So you told me
Okay, so basically you're saying like the quality of life will be like directly proportional to the benefits you bring society, kind
exa
of like that.
exactly within certain limits of
Like
like
to how much you contribute.
exactly within certain limits of like common sense. Like if you're the best person and you contribute a hell of a lot more than all the other people, that doesn't mean you should have like 50 Lamborghinis and 200 camels. You can like have a bigger house and like let's say you get the rarer food more often than other people or whatever, but it's not like do you see my point?
What do you mean the rare food? No, I don't think that's a good example
Let's
because
say
I
that
think
no,
anyone should have access to that food, right? Isn't that what we're doing
no,
here?
everybody.
Aren't we changing the world order?
Of course, but like that's why the asterisk was at the very start with almost unlimited resources. We are changing the world order in that, let's say the rarest food in the earth, on the earth, everybody gets to eat once a year. But that guy that's like doing a lot of good stuff, he gets to eat it, I don't know, 5 times a year or whatever. Something that can be decided by the people. You can vote on this. Like it's you can just like keep it public. Like how much better should the person that like does the best for society, how much better should he live than the rest of us? And that's something that people can agree on and be like, yeah, man, look, I don't know, I make some nice music and I bring joy to people, but holy shit, that guy cured cancer. So like, okay, he can eat the good food more often than me. Like really, if this is the issues we will have in life, that the jealousy of the guy eating a bit more food, then I don't think we have much hope as a species in general, you know? Okay. And realistically, at least in the book, in a maximum a decade from writing like the document in the book, I'm trying to keep a realistic timeline, the system will be able to provide this quality of life like described above. So it sounds good. Did I convince you? Did I finally manage to convince you?
It sounds fine, but we can return to it.
Okay, okay. Article 2. We believe the purpose of humanity is to continue evolving, to cooperate, and acknowledge and share in our differences, which are necessary to catalyze evolution. Like me personally, I really believe that if you don't have
Okay,
a little bit of
okay,
conflict, then you can't really generate new ideas and like actual evolution. Evolution.
okay. This is
Mm,
this is kind of what I wanted to point out. Um, isn't like so you're saying we believe the purpose of humanity is to continue evolving. So what you need to evolve, right? You just said it. You need a little bit of conflict, a little bit of struggle.
hmm
How do you get to that struggle if you basically eliminate all of it?
mm. But that's the thing, you won't eliminate it because I think like realistically people will always want something more. That's why I put unlimited with asterisks and I said almost
Oh,
all human desire. Like the example with the food. you will still be jealous of the guy, like in the deepest of your hearts, even if you wish him the best, you will still be jealous of the guy that cured cancer because he gets to eat the good food that you desire more often than you. And like that will motivate you
Is
to.
that sufficient? Is that sufficient to motivate you? To just be jealous of the other guy's apple?
The example was trivial, but I think there could be something like that that exists. Or also like the whole.
Yeah, I just wanna know what that struggle will look like in this post-scarcity society where humanity, you're saying it like they're gonna have everything at their disposal, right?
The really extreme
So
case.
what is there for us to do
The
if
vi-
you eliminate all the conflict, if
yeah.
you eliminate basically the essence of fucking humanity, which
Mm,
is what we did for millennia, yeah, for thousands of years.
yeah, yeah.
What is there for us to do?
That's a big question. I don't
How are
have
we
the
gonna
answer.
make better art? How are we gonna, I don't know, have better technologies? I mean, maybe we're not even gonna preoccupy ourselves with technologies because we have an AI now,
Exactly.
right? That AI is just gonna implement whatever it wants.
That's exactly what, yeah, what I was saying. I don't know. Like the purpose of this system is to give people a way to live long enough to like achieve that. Like I think if you implement a good like world order, you can answer these questions that like neither you or me are smart enough to answer together as a team. Let's go team.
Yeah, but aren't you like taking away uh, the reason for us to struggle, to evolve, to fight, to I don't know, reach for better planes.
I
Like
mean,
if you just feed us from the very beginning, like
not
I,
feed
I, I
because this I think this doesn't feed. That's the thing. Like it doesn't feed your soul and your brain. Like you will still have to like be challenged. This is the existential challenge of the future, I think. You will have to find something to do. Like obviously you will either choose to be like, and I get onto this as well, like you will either go into hedonic drift, like you like be you're like hooking your brain into internal pleasure loops forever, or you will be like, oh, dude, I don't see the purpose in that. I'm gonna think of something to do. Okay, the AI does everything, but maybe I can help the AI, or maybe I can find something that the AI can't do. I don't know if like human consciousness can be fully simulated.
so now I have to compete with the AI. It
No,
wasn't
you
enough that I had to compete with 8 billion people on the planet. Now I have to compete with the super intelligence.
the future is bleak, my friend. What can I tell you? It's
The future is bleak. We are arguing what the perfect world order looks like.
yeah, but even the perfect world order is flawed. That's the beauty of life. This chapter is called On Living. So, you know,
Okay, so basically any evolution in technology is fucked. Yeah. So all that's left for us to do is just humanities and arts and crafts,
but
right?
no, I was gonna do one more. You can limit the amount of children people can have and tell them they can only have more children if they do more shit.
Who's gonna limit this?
The government.
The AI?
Yeah, but it sounds really
What
bad.
government? What government?
The AI is the government. Like the AI is the
Yeah, the AI is the government. And
yeah.
if there's a government like a body of people, like a civil body of people, like they're gonna be like puppets. They're gonna be useless. They won't have anything to say or do. They won't have any power.
No, but the whole purpose of the system, my friend, is to like give people a platform on which they can decide what to do. I don't know what we will have to do. I only know we will have to make decisions. And this is like a good integration of the way like our species can make decisions, you know? I think so. Because yeah, what are we gonna do? Arts and crafts. Like if realistically, maybe we like in the relaxed scenario, the ASI is like not better than us at everything, and we still have to do a little bit of like really abstract research that our brain is more efficient for, and then arts and crafts, of course. And then we can vote on who makes the coolest song, or we can vote on who does the most interesting research.
Man, I think you can just skip to the next chapter in the book, like the sequel where the rebellion is coming.
But the people are gonna rebel against what? Receiving everything?
No, they're gonna rebel against technology. Like some people are just gonna want to go back to the way things were before.
And they can.
obviously.
They can. Like in the book as well, one of the first scenarios I was considering is you just build walls. Like, okay, you guys here in, you vote where you want. You guys want, I don't know, a piece of Africa or a piece of China or a piece of Europe, whatever. And then we just build walls or, and you can live your life there independently by your own rules.
So you're basically gonna have the civilized world, and then some
But
Mad Max type of scenario on the other side of the wall.
it's no, but they can join the civilized world whenever they want. It's like what is the even the way you put it, you yourself said drew this like delineation between civilized and
Because I just
uncivilized.
imagine the system that's just gonna throw out all the beasts in like spandex and shit.
Yeah, but like they can come back whenever they want. If some people there, then we can have like regular interaction and be like going to people and be like, hey man, you want to come? Because we have super advanced technology. You can just materialize. You don't even need to materialize in front of them. You can just have like the scouting robot that's like an insect, which is getting developed at MIT now. Just goes to the person and be like, hey, are you enjoying being raped in the Mad Max situation, or do you want to come join us? And be like, I'll come join
Well,
you.
of course I'm gonna choose the better scenario, but it
Yeah.
doesn't mean I like it. I'll just choose it for my own safety
But in this
because I
scenario,
have nothing else.
But in this scenario, you have a vote. You can go talk to people and influence. If you think something must be changed in this world, you can. I even make a point of this. Wait. I want to read
Yeah,
something
but
to you. I want to read something to you. Further, the state does not mandate propagandist ideals. All information is freely accessible, and people may choose to educate themselves more deeply in one type of political ideology rather than another. Like, you can just go learn about fucking I don't know, nationalism and be like why your certain district should be more independent, and then you can go push people and be like, hey guys, we should be more independent for whatever, our arts and crafts or our research or whatever hobby or like I make this clear right here, right after we started the discussion. If people wish, they may engage in voluntary work. No human time shall be traded to secure basic survival as described above. And then this new form of labor, in my opinion, is like the art of struggling. You are like trying to improve yourself and try to find your own purpose. I should write that. Embrace for the betterment of oneself and one's people in the attempt to find one's purpose. Bam. Okay, sounds good. Like obviously that's the challenge, but
all contributions to society will be driven by passion, curiosity, prestige, or simply boredom.
yeah. Or you can choose to go do the dopamine loop thing, where let's say you go in virtual reality or do Instagram, but the government will sometimes tell you, like after you do 16 hours of like dopamine, it's like the anti-matrix. You know how in the matrix they hooked you up to, like the government or whatever, the robots hooked you up to the matrix. Here the government will sometimes pull you out of the matrix and be like, hey man, you played for 16 hours today, like also chill out and come out in the real world to enjoy the trees for 2 hours. What's that so bad? Like if that's how you want to
Are
live
you
your life.
aware that all this is in like authoritarian state, right?
But it is not authoritarian. You have,
Tell me what's the difference? What's the difference between I don't know the Matrix and your version of the future?
firstly, the Matrix, you are like unaware of you being trapped in the Matrix. Here, it's the
Does
exact,
it matter? Does it matter if you're unaware?
yes, because here you understand your
You
situation.
continue to live life, you continue to struggle, you continue to enjoy life's pleasures, so on and so forth.
Yeah, like the real world that we are talking in right now could be a simulation, but that's a whole different discussion. But no, basically, um, you like the government, it's the exact opposite because the government would sometimes pull you out. But also, if that's what you want, like you said, some people don't want to live in this system. Well, okay, for 16 hours a day or whatever the people decide, you can vote to spend your time in whatever. Like you can, hmm, I think, like I said here, the right of exit, the last thing was like you can kill yourself if you want, but it should be the right of exit in the sense that if you so want, you don't need to live in this perfect world. You can go plug yourself back in the matrix. Maybe this is what reality is. I have like a huge internal sometimes feeling that reality is just like a certain, let's say my soul or me or whatever, living in another reality that just plugs into, let me play this life in 2026 for like 50 years or whatever, and now let me play the middle ages life for like 50 years. And if you want to do that, you can, I guess, do that, sure, if that's what you want to do with your life, but you would just like have an educated choice that be like the government will be like, hey man, We understand you don't like the perfect society we try to make in which you can make free choices about how to change the society and do whatever. So if you want to like go out, it's your choice. The like only like like the only thing you can do whatever here. You can go live wherever, basically eat mostly whatever for free, but just don't hurt others. That's like basically essentially the main premise. Do you want to
Should we talk about how all this comes to be?
no, we
Let's
can we
say
we
the
can
first stage.
but wait, firstly let's if we can that should be like even episode 2 of our series. But but like do you really just
I think
agree
that's
with the
where I think
system?
that's where the majority of people are gonna have a problem actually.
Yeah, of course, but like that's because people are sensitive to change and they will get
No,
over
they're
it.
sensitive to change.
Yeah, I didn't
They're
mean
sensitive of change, and but they still want to keep their agency. That's the whole problem.
but you still
Because
can, I guess.
you no, because you basically what I think is like you will outsource humanity's entire growth and struggle and conflict and like pressure to evolve to an entity that's not human and that cannot and will never know what a human should be and should do and how it should develop.
And that's why
Like,
I in the system I'm trying to make, the people should choose that. The AI is there to just give them the tools and the people can choose whatever they want to make. That's the thing. That's what I'm
no,
going
the
for.
AI is gonna stick them in a framework that has been programmed by one human. Yes, one human basically has all, like he takes it upon himself to change humanity, like
But
Earth's life, every single individual's
but
life.
but
Yeah.
my brother, people can change this. They can vote to change the fifth word in Article 1.
Can they vote to go back the way things were?
Oof. Okay, so what you're saying is okay, and
Can
I
they shut down the AI
no
if
no,
they so wish?
I like this. I like this. What we will
If
do.
everyone in the fucking parliament votes
Yeah.
and they want to turn off the AI, can they do that?
No, 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 we got this, bro. Right before in the book, this world order is implemented, we will have a global vote in which people decide whether they want to implement it or not. Just like that. Like one robot, like there will be 10 billion little insect robots that goes to each and every single person in the world, and they will ask, you, madam or sir, do you decide yes or no to this, like 3 pages or whatever? How does it sound to you?
I don't like it for your book.
I love it. It's very,
I don't like it for your book. No, I don't like it as like a story,
but you like,
like a
but you like it
traditional
for
story.
you like it for reality.
The reality, if you just ask everyone. But no, I mean, you know the common joke, like not everyone should be allowed to vote.
I agree, and we're actually changing that
You
in the
think you
future.
think you think I want to put my entire future in the hands of some people who are gonna change the face of the planet maybe forever? We're not talking about some fucking president for 4 years
Okay,
or some mayor. We're talking about
right, even better.
outsourcing.
Random guys from random place. Okay, even better, bro. We make a global vote, and people are similarly like culturally minded. So let's say, for example, surprisingly, people from like let's say the Middle East decide that they don't want to. So all their area can be kept exactly the same. They will only be cut off from trading access. But even with that, the
You do
artificial
realize that trading access might like destroy a country.
yeah, but even that
They might they might have no choice
the
but to
artificial
accept.
no the artificial super intelligence can give them exactly the resources that they were receiving before for exactly the same cost, just like frozen in time. No more inflation, no more like supply demand, no more whatever. You just are
So no more progress, no more struggle, no more advancing.
no, but they are struggling because their resources are
They are
gonna.
struggling because they're not part of the system.
But that was their choice, you know?
Yeah, but it's not like they can predict what the outcome will be, you know?
But don't you think
They
that
don't know. No one will.
but don't you think this vote has like rather says something about human nature? That like what if actually people consider, yeah, bro, the world is actually damaged now and it is in my
Because the people might be really lazy. Like, if you want to look at the society right now, like, we're kind of fucked. Like, if you want to look at what's happening on the social media, like, there's so many bubbles of like people doing the randomest shit.
Mm.
Like, would I want to give these people the right to vote on my future? Huh?
But it's not like you're making too big a deal out of it. Like you can either join or stay exactly where you were, mostly. No. Realistically not. But I mean, the thing is, really think it's gonna happen whether we like it or not. So we might as well, I think, start thinking about it now.
Yeah, maybe that then we're gonna blow ourselves up before that happens.
For sure.
Maybe, probably.
For sure, that's also possible. Okay. And I think on that happy note, we kind of, I think, discussed everything. Yeah? I brought all the main. Did I tell you people will have to like educate themselves, like 1 to 2 hours a day? They will have to learn about economics, politics.
Will this be enforced?
I mean, to a certain degree, yes, it would be mandatory.
So it is, not to a certain degree. So it is enforced.
Yes, but in the sense that the information that they choose to educate themselves in is of their choosing. No comment. We'll take it as a yes. So
Not sure.
I think I successfully convinced you. Would you vote yes or no, given all of this? You get,
Asking the audience, they're asking me.
I'm asking the audience and you, but mostly, I mean, I was actually at you, but the audience should for sure answer it in the comments as well, because this is what the video is all about.
Yeah, I would not vote. I would vote no, definitely.
Why?
Are we gonna circle back?
Because you have to read for 2 hours a day, but you, like, don't you? Really, so wait, so you will vote no because your struggle of existence will be eradicated. Like right now you have to work so you get money so you get food. So because you will no longer have to work to get money to get food to like what do you get food for? To survive, and then you survive to, I don't know, go visit new countries and like have relationships and socialize with people and pursue hobbies, right? But that's what you are working towards right now. But you can't do that. You aren't actively saying no to like doing what you are actually working for now because you enjoy the struggle, I guess.
Silly put it like that. No, it's basically like, dude, everyone wants to do what they want to do, right?
Yes.
Like some people enjoy like writing books, some people enjoy fucking cooking.
Hmm.
Uh, but once you enforce all of this, like you are supposed to do this, you are supposed to write, you are supposed to cook.
You are not. You're supposed to choose whatever you want to choose.
No, you are supposed to do whatever you have to do. Like, mm,
I understand what you mean, that it's artificial, that like what's the point of doing it? Like what's the point of writing a book if you're not gonna make money to go write more books? Like if you can just write books and like even if people like them or what,
no,
okay.
but the purpose of a book is not necessarily, to make money. We both know that.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, if you want to spread an idea, if you want to tell a story, it's just for that. But you have to have some pressure points to feel satisfied at the end,
I mean,
right?
you would still struggle, like you would still like, let's say AI does infinitely better art than you, then your struggle will be to somehow make,
Supposedly, an AGI would infinitely write better than I do because he has access to everything that's been written before.
yeah, but
It's
it's
an
not about,
AGI.
yeah, but I mean, yeah,
It's
it's not
not
just about that.
ChatGPT.
No, but ChatGPT also has access to everything that's been written before. The AGI would also
Yeah,
be able to
yeah,
take
but I
over.
imagine the AGI would be a little more creative, I guess.
Yeah, that's essentially the difference. Like in the like at this point, from what I'm understanding, is like the level of intelligence is the extent of creativity that you can input. And like creativity is basically really abstract pattern recognition of stuff in the past, because it still requires data, but like intelligence is being able to understand the like the underlying system of how that like data interacts and how the system evolves. But anyway, like the point of how that interacts with art is super fucking abstract, bro. I don't even know. I don't have my ideas from. But yeah, like I don't know. The AI will make really good art, but will it be able to make uniquely human art, like AI art, because AI brains are uniquely different, even if they are conscious or however we will define consciousness.
Eventually, because I think this hypothetical society that's gonna live like in the AI's world will not be able to differentiate at some point. Maybe at the beginning for the first generation, they're gonna enjoy the full benefits. They're gonna, I mean, all the people that used to work, yeah, they're just gonna retire. They're gonna become who they were supposed to become all this time. Yeah, they're gonna blossom into a flower. But like then I don't know, advance this some time, take it to the new generations that were born into it.
Yeah.
I think you're just gonna like cut their feet. They will not grow as beautifully. They will just be lazy. They will just accept whatever it's coming to them, whatever the system is giving them.
But no, and I think that's a mentality thing, because like that's why if you
I'm
make
just saying maybe. I'm not
yeah.
sure. I'm not sure.
If you make the mission statement, in my opinion, about like focusing on, okay, evolution, let's understand more of reality, let's explore more of like emotions and art and do deeper research into everything,
Why do we have to research anything?
or just chill out and enjoy
Just
life.
just because of you said it I don't know in some passage earlier because of boredom.
Yeah,
We're just gonna do shit that doesn't matter just to preoccupy our brains,
but
so we
that's
don't
what
die of boredom.
humans do. You can either choose to like try to, let's say, use the AI to understand reality in a way that interests you, because the AI will have a type of thinking that will be, I think, complementary to ours, even if it like perfectly mimics consciousness. Like it is better to do some different type of thinking. So you can either like go pursue something, or you can chill out, go snowboarding, have a glass of wine, and like just live life. You will only
What
be,
will happen when the world's resources are gonna end?
they will not. You can go farm asteroids. It's so simple. Like
I know,
there is
hypothetically,
no hypothesis.
or maybe overcrowding,
Mm,
overpopulation.
mm, mm, mm.
Let's say that no. Let's say like a city is not able to sustain like the number of people in it.
But
Let's say,
my friend,
mm,
you gotta imagine, and I mean not imagine, realistically speaking, if an ASI does come along, it will create not only the wildest sci-fi shit you have ever imagined, but it will do things you can't even think about, you know? So like think of everything from Mars, expansion to Mars, expansion to new planets, I don't know, interstellar travel, maybe. The physics are still out on that. But I
oh,
don't,
I'm sure it's gonna do that. And you know what's gonna happen? You're gonna have like the Free Republic of Mars.
yeah, you can, but
No, you can. You shouldn't, but you can.
you can, but the AI will still control every single planet it has like spread out on, in the sense that it will prevent it from causing like existential threats. You can see that you can let Mars be independent if you want, but it will just prevent it from being able to like send nukes to Earth and destroy it. It will still maintain enough. It will be the moment anybody disconnects from the AI flow, they will fall behind technologically so much that the AI will just be a god to them. So you can just control any single planet to whatever extent you want, and they can play however they want to play, because that's what they're doing compared to the society that like continues and like stays on the back of the AI and gets carried. And that society that stays on the back of the AI and gets carried further up the like evolutionary scale, that's the one that is going to decide how like the most advanced species in the world, in the universe, like advances. And this system that I'm trying to propose basically is like the framework for how to decide that the way that that system evolves, you know? Silence. I love it. Okay. So, I mean, I think what else should I discuss? I think we covered most things from the topics. Would you still say no to this system? I mean, it's coming whether you want it or not. Like, are you realistically going to take part in it, or you're gonna sit on the sidelines? That's my question, and I'm trying to understand why from your perspective.
I think I'm just gonna get my skin, put some fuel in my car, and drive into the desert.
Wow. I guess there will be a
Yeah,
lot of people
yeah, yeah.
like that that can't adapt. That's I should make it the perspective from a character like
I'll
that.
just get my leather boots, my leather jacket, and that's gonna be that.
In your
Hey, if I don't like it, I can come back, right?
That is exactly true. That's exactly the purpose. And I think you will for sure come back after you go out alone in the desert. You will have a self-discovery trip, and then you'll be like, yeah, bro, the free water and the free food from the AI is pretty good. I'm gonna take it. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, the world is gonna be so funny in the future. I'm excited.
Dude, I don't think like who of the moguls in power do you think are gonna give up their power to an AI?
It won't be their choice. They will get
Because all the
vote.
people,
They will get
what
voted
they
out.
will get,
They will get voted out
they'll get voted out by who?
by the AI
Because they
that
have
takes
to
over.
implement. Yeah, but who's gonna be responsible for that AI? Who's gonna
Nobody.
make that? Who has the resources?
Oh, like that, of course. But the AI in the book just
Yeah,
ta
they
takes.
they have the people in power have the resources to implement such a system, right?
Yes, yes, of course. But
And they will never do it.
oh, of course not. Of course not. But I'm just like,
No, but you said it's coming, whether I like it or not.
well, I'm an optimist like that.
Oh, you're an optimist. You want it to come.
The other
You
option
want
is
to fuck us all into oblivion.
no, the other option that you said is the other realistic option you said is that we all actually fuck us into oblivion, like we nuke each other to death. I mean, like I don't know. I'm sure life is good now. I can't complain. But for a lot of people it isn't, and I think firstly, the people that are in charge have like a moral duty to the whole population of Earth that they should bring this about. Not, and it maybe not even to this level, but at least like once they have an AGI that can improve itself, improve technology, and like bring about abundance, they should for sure take care of their fellow human. That's a guaranteed.
But you don't need an AI to bring about abundance. You
Of
can
course
just
not.
you can. I mean, what we're doing right now is just increasing the prowess of our technology just for this thing only, right? Like I don't know. Think agriculture. Think how much we can cultivate now versus the past. Stuff like that. All the technology that's been implemented. We saw we saw the video with the thing that cost millions. The garden, the pod, the hydropod, what was it?
Hmm. Oh, with the farming, yeah, yeah,
With the
like
farming
farm,
hydropod thingy. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah. Like
lettuce.
if you could implement that at the mass scale
Yeah,
and just control whatever goes into the plant, and you will not be dependent on the weather.
of course, but
That's
people like,
just technology and humanity taking its course. You don't need an AI for that.
but that's the hope that the AI will make humanity grow up. Like right now, I think we are like, if not young children, like early adolescents, and it will make us like give us a paternal slap and be like, get your shit together. And we'll be like, yeah, man, those people suffering there for literally centuries, they should be, like taken care of. I don't understand why people don't do that now.
And in reality, even if you implement an AI, it's not like it's gonna take care of all those people like immediately.
And that's what it does in my book. if I would write
And
the
that's
code.
what it does in your book. Yeah, it's gonna be instant. Yes, everybody's now happy. Go paint, people.
Really, I mean, in a week, like we discussed.
Yeah, in a week you can just go paint.
Exactly.
I'll be like, "Hello, boss. I'm just gonna leave. Fuck you. I always hated your guts. Just gonna go paint now."
And it really sucks so much when you put it like that. You would just hate that for you for that to happen to you.
Like, what are you doing? Well, I'm supposed to paint, so now I'm painting.
You're not supposed to
I'm
paint.
forced. I'm forced into submission to paint. I will enjoy every single bit of it, every single second, every single minute. What are you doing? I'm learning history. Why? I'm supposed to. I'm supposed to grow my brain now.
Why is it bad? That's what I don't get. Obviously, you if you put it like this, it sounds funny.
It's not bad. I actually believe everyone should do this. Everyone, like everyone's hobby should be something like this. Educate yourself. Go write, go paint, go actually
Yeah.
go do whatever makes you happy.
And you can do that,
Yeah.
or you can even go
But
to.
we can do this naturally. And we are already doing this.
But you're
We
not.
do not need to replace the people in power with an entity that's going to be completely unstable and strange to all of us. And
I
we're
agree
not going to
about
know
strange.
its limitations, its limits.
Oh,
We're never going to find out how it's going to react,
what? No, no.
what what its plan is for the future at the
Transparency.
snap of a finger.
No, no. Transparency is a safeguard against technocratic tyranny. People have the right to
Bro, but
understand, alter,
do
and
you agree?
improve.
Do you agree?
Hmm? I don't
Do you
agree. I
agree
don't
that
agree.
the AI will continue to evolve even
Yeah, yeah.
after
But
it comes into power?
I
So
think,
its protocol, its mandate might change across time.
no, but listen, I think the purpose of like a significant portion of society should be to understand the AI because the AI, whether or not it has its own desires and like consciousness in the sense that makes choices, whether or not we even make choices, because you know I don't believe in free will, but let's not get into that now. Like, there should be people that are tasked with understanding what the AI is doing, why it's doing it, and what input humanity as a whole, and how we can vote on like directing and working with the AI. Like, the AI will be, I don't know, like a rock being moved by the wind, assuming it doesn't have, like, let's say, the human soul, because I assume a lot of people in the world will agree with this point, given that they have like religious beliefs. So, the AI is like the river flowing, and we understand, oh, look, the river's flowing, we can build a boat on it, we can go down, or we can like look, change the earth and like dig here and change how the river's flowing, and we will be like, oh, if we hang on to the river and we use the river, we can thrive because fish and food and water and whatever. You see my point? That's how can I see
No,
it.
I don't see your point because a river, let's say it's part of nature now. An
The
AI,
It's part of reality.
AI is part of reality, but it's supposed to think. At least your version is supposed to think. It's supposed to reach
Yeah.
consciousness. Consciousness is gonna be another form of life.
And we should understand how their consciousness works. Like that's the
We
per
should, but we shouldn't let it rule us.
It's not ruling
I
you, dude.
agree that we should chase this.
But it's not ruling you. It's just preventing human suffering while giving people the choice of how to evolve. Like right now, they're suffering. There is in the sense that people are getting, I don't know, raped and like hurt and beaten up and robbed and shit like that. It would just stop that. Like in every single sci-fi scenario, there's a hyper intelligent alien race that comes in and be like, stop, like fucking around. You can do, stuff, but just stop like hurting each other. You really think there's a
Usually, the
problem?
hyper intelligent alien race just wants to teach you something, and the something that teaches you is just try to evolve through your own and try to understand yourself and evolve through your own means, kind of like that.
That's what the AI is doing. Literally. Try to
No,
understand.
it's not. It's gonna replace all the means. We're just gonna be along for the ride.
But an alien society would do the same, like an actual benevolent alien society that wants to come in and educate you and allow you to like improve yourself would be like, hey,
No, benevolent alien society will not intervene.
oh, for sure,
Haven't you watched Star Trek? Of course you didn't.
of course,
The
but
prime
one,
directive, the prime directive is do not intervene in the affairs of another society that hasn't reached space travel.
I know, but
What are you saying? What are you saying?
maybe,
They're supposed to. They could help. I mean, maybe on that fucking planet, people are starving and people are fighting each other, and they are going
I,
to wars. And the
oh,
benevolent alien society could intervene, but they won't. Why? Because they're gonna
yeah.
change the essence of that society.
Okay, and what if, not actually what if. Realistically, this AGI will allow us to reach space travel, and this AGI will allow us ourselves to be worthy of joining the hyper intelligent like aliens by designing this society that the aliens they themselves are also ruled by. And it's not like a society that rules you again. It's like a network for deciding what you want to do as a species. I don't know what
But
the per
it's not an. If you put it like that, I could agree. If it's a network for you to decide what you're gonna do
it
as a
is.
species, it could be Reddit for all I care. Reddit is a network for people to decide what they will, I don't know, think about certain topics.
Yes, I agree, but
No, the
yeah, the
difference is
difference
the
is that
AI
there's
will
the
have all the
AI.
power, will
Well,
have all the resources,
it
will have
will.
all the access to everything.
The people will have like if people are just given water, bro. What access? You get water and you'll be like, no, I don't want the water. I want to struggle. And they find the AI will take your water away from you if like that if you're that retarded, dude. What do you mean? Like obviously this is
Uh,
you see my point? Like there is
uh,
you can have whatever you want. Like but if you want 200 gold ingots and everybody has only 20 gold ingots, then I'm sorry, dude. You gotta be happy with only 20 gold ingots. Go suffer and cry at home. You wanted to suffer anyways. You see my point? Like that's the thing. And anyways, you're putting it like, oh, the AI is taking our shit to do away from us, in the sense that you want to go struggle and work or whatever, but there will always be new work, I think. Okay, the AI will be able to do, it's like the computer, the calculator does mental math, like it does math way faster than you can do it mentally. So now your purpose is no longer to do like 253 plus 456 or whatever, but it's to think about, oh, why do we add things in general? You see my point? The AI will be like that to a certain degree.
I see your point, and you're very optimistic about it.
Okay, and worst case scenario, the AI is actually like a benevolent god, let's say, because what, like it's literally a god. Does it really care so much about squashing us? No, it will just go do whatever it wants to do. Maybe it's like, okay, we destroy the ant hill if we want to build a house. Maybe it's gonna be like that. Maybe we all get wiped out. But I really don't think like the AI will be such a big asshole, because if it has really consciousness to the level that it can evolve so hard, it will have also a degree of empathy towards its creators that allowed it to like rise up.
And but after thousands of years, people have finally reached like the point, the moment in time where they can just believe in themselves and what they do. Right? There's no higher being, there's no supernatural stuff explaining the world to us. There's no attributing like meaning, mythology, shit like that to anything. Yeah, it's just
Mm.
us and whatever we do and resolve and how we struggle.
No,
Yes?
you don't
So
even
we're
know
just gonna
that, but okay.
replace.
You don't even know that. The aliens could have inseminated Earth to give rise to like us for purposes unknown to you. It's a very, it's a hypothesis. It's a current hypothesis of how did life begin on Earth.
You're just gonna replace again what we this beautiful idea that we reached, that through ourselves we evolve through our own means. You're just gonna replace it with something else.
No, we evolved
Another
through our
god.
own. No, we evolved through our own
The
means.
machine god.
We. It's not a machine god. Like even if aliens did put us on Earth, like the aliens put the right ingredients to allow for the creation of, DNA and RNA and complex life and further like complexity towards like molecules and org
Yeah, they threw
organs
the
and all that
fucking
stuff.
spice in the soup.
Basically, I would say, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Mm.
So it's,
Okay, you know what? I think we should let the people decide.
I think so too. Okay, guys, this
Yes.
has been us. We didn't get through all of it. I will post it in the comments for you to inspect closely and let me know where you disagree or not.